So over the course of the Soaring Beyond integrated version, I have been having these messages in my inbox for a while. I couldn't claim them because apparently I already had the max amount of these tokens in my inventory, so I asked myself, what are these tokens? Well, these tokens are used to obtain a certain bonus reward that you can get from the standard co-op game mode. Now, PGR is solely a single player game. Sure, there's some co-op events that happens here and there, but they're essentially party games. But here's the thing, in all my years of playing PGR, I don't think I've ever touched this game mode. So I can do two things here. Let the mail expire and play the new Wooba patch, or dive into this co-op game mode and see what it's all about. Obviously, I picked the latter, so let's get into it. Oh, it's closed. What's a UTC? Well, that didn't take long. This was quite an experience, so let's talk about it. So here's how co-op works. There are 4 encounters with increasing difficulty, and within each of these encounters are difficulties tied to the BP requirement. You can choose to form your own party and have people matchmake into it, or you can matchmake into others. Afterwards, you and your party will go out there and fight the boss in the encounter. Alternatively, you can go at it alone. Now, the way the encounter works is pretty simple. You can only control one character and you need to beat the boss. That's it. Unfortunately, since you can only control one character, your downtime will be much harsher with the absence of being able to switch characters, but that's the cost of being able to play with other players. Besides, you might end up matchmaking with someone who could probably destroy the boss in seconds, which seems to be common. Just use Crimson Weave, Luna, or whoever else is the strongest in your roster. After you complete the encounter, you'll be met with a reward screen where it will spend those aforementioned tokens when you pick up one of the 3 cards. These cards will either award you with a random 4-star weapon or a 5-star weapon if you're really lucky. Afterwards, you'll get some standard rewards which are level up materials for your memories, then you rinse and repeat. Note that entering a co-op mission will cost you 20 serum, so be mindful of that. Anyway, after 21 completions, you will receive some crafting materials that can be used to create some 5-star weapons and a bit of weapon level up materials for your efforts. And that's pretty much it. So now comes the most important question. Is any of this worth it? Not really. There's an argument to be made for newer players that this might be the best way to obtain 5-star weapons without having to roll on the weapon banner. After all, there are slightly better stat sticks. But really, if you take into consideration of the fact that this costs serum, then it's probably best to spend your serum elsewhere, especially for people like me who are chilling in endgame. It's definitely not worth spending any serum here. If you're like me, You probably already filled out majority of PGR's roster, and you might even have some spare roles for signature weapons. And let's say you're not following the meta and don't care about the signature weapons. You'll be fine without co-op. It really speaks volumes that for the many years I have played this game, I didn't even bother to touch this game mode. But at the same time, I think there could be something they can do with it. First off, it doesn't have to cost stamina. Just have it cost those tokens. Once you run out of those tokens, you can continue playing the co-op mode, but you won't receive any more rewards. Second, maybe give us more meaningful rewards that will keep us coming back. Sure, aside from the crafting materials, there's that trophy where we can level it up by helping lower level players, but that shouldn't be the only other incentive. Maybe some Hypertune materials or Elite materials. Those things are expensive after all. As for the bosses, well, I guess there's not a lot you can do about that, because at the end of the day, everyone at some point will find a way to one-shot these bosses. It's just how these kind of games work. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see a game mode deep in the depths of the menu system and only finding that there's still a handful of people who are willing to play this activity. Will it make the game any better if Kuro updated the co-op system? Doubtful. Will the game be any worse if Kuro did nothing about it? Not really. I just found it funny that I found out about its existence through the fact that I struggled to claim these tokens when they started appearing in my mail due to some mishap with the co-op which I was unaware of. Anyway, this was a random video I wanted to make on a whim because I thought it was interesting that something like this exists in the game. So if you do like this video, do leave a like and maybe subscribe. Alright, off to Wooba. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!